Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were a porter of Hellgate, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time, have napkins enough about you. Here, you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith, here's an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either side, who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Faith, here's an English tailor come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock. Never rat quiet. What are you? But this place is too cold for hell. I'm devil porter at no farther. I had thought to have let in some of all the professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anion, Anion, I pray you, remember the porter. Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late? Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things. What three things does drink especially provoke? Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him, and it mars him. It sets him on, and it takes him off. It persuades him and disheartens him, makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, it equivocates him in a sleep, and giving him the lie, leaves him. I believe drink gave thee the lie last night. That it did, sir. I'd throw it on me, but I requited him for his lie, and, I think, being too strong for him, though he took my legs somewhere, yet I made a shift to cast him. Is thy master stirring? Our knocking has awaked him. Here he comes. Good morrow now both, sir. Good morrow both. Is the king stirring, worthy Thane? Not yet. You did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour. I'll bring you to him. I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one. The labour will be delight in physics pain. This is the door. I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service. Goes the king hence today? He does, he did appoint so. The night has been unruly where we lay. Our chimneys were blown down, and, as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange screams of death, and prophesying with accents terrible of dire combustion and confused events. New hatched to the woeful time, the obscure bird clamoured the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake. 'Twas a rough night. My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it. Oh, horror, horror, horror! Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee. What's the matter? Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most scalagious murder hath broke ope the Lord's anointed temple, and stole thence the life of the building. What is it, you say, the life? Mean you his majesty? Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See and then speak yourselves. Awake, awake! Ring the alarm bell. Murder and treason! Banquo and Donalbain, Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself. Up, up, and see the great doom's image. Malcolm, Banquo, as from your graves rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror. What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak, speak! Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo, Banquo, our royal master has been murdered. Woe, alas! What, in our house? Too cruel anywhere. Dear Duff, I prithee contradict thyself, and say it is not so. Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived in a blessed time, far from this instant. There's nothing serious in morality. All is but toys, renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left the spalt to brag of. What is amiss? You are, and do not know it. The spring that had the fountain of your blood is stopped, the very source of it stopped. Your royal father is murdered. Oh, by whom? Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and face were all badged with blood, so were their daggers, which, unwiped, we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them. Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury, that I did kill them. Wherefore did you so? Who can be wise, amazed, temperate, and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition of my violent love outran the pauser, reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature, for ruin's wasteful entrance. There the murderers, steeped in the colours of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love known? Help me hence, ho! Look to the lady. Why do we hold our tongues that most may claim this argument for hours? What should be spoken here, where our fate hid in an augur hole may rush and seize us? Let's away, our tears are not yet brewed, nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion. Look to the lady, and when we have our naked frailties hid, that suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work. To know it farther, fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence, against the undivulged pretense, I fight of treasonous malice. And so do I. So all. Let's briefly put on manly readiness, and meet in the hall together. Well contented. What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office, which the false man does easy. All to England. To Ireland I, our separated fortune, shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles, and nearer in blood, the nearer bloody. This murderous shaft that shot hath not lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that, which steals itself when there's no mercy left.